Dalton, Jay was just kind of talking to us about you, I guess, and having some success at Incarnate Word and kind of understanding what LSU is. Like, it's got to be a difficult choice to choose LSU, right? Because you're going to be one of the best, but you're also going to face competition on your own team from some of the best for playing time. I guess, how did you weigh that decision, and ultimately, why did you choose LSU?
Honestly, when my season ended last year, I had no intentions going into the portal. I had a lot of people around me say that it might be a good decision to test out. And honestly, when Jacob Myers went into the portal, he was in the same conference as me at Nichols. I kind of looked at my dad and I was like, if he ends up going someplace crazy, I even mentioned LSU. I was like, if he ends up going someplace like LSU, I think I might have to test my luck out. And I think it was 2 days later he ends up committing here. And my dad looked at me, he's like, well, you did say. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll have to try it out. And then, 5 minutes into getting into the portal, Coach Simpson called me. And I've had a good relationship with him through high school. He was my local Ranger scout when I was in high school, and we did a hitting group every week. So he just kind of called me up and he's like, hey, I'm back at LSU, right? I was like, I had no idea actually, but that sounds awesome. And he's like, yeah, dude, just come here. And it's kind of a hard option to turn down, you can look at every other place in the SEC, but LSU just stands out like a sore thumb. Who wouldn't want to come here? So I think it was a pretty easy decision once I talked with Coach Johnson to make the decision.
Once you put your name in there, are you waiting by the phone? It only took 5 minutes, but are you looking at your phone?
Honestly, I didn't know how quickly things would happen. I figured it would take a couple days, I guess, for the database or whatever. And it was. I think I put my name in at 9 a.m. and it was 9:05. My phone was ringing. So
you were standing there. You were still there.
Yeah, I was basically had already just put it in. So it was a crazy experience, but very thankful for how it all went down and for the coaching staff and to even get this opportunity. It's amazing.
And then just getting here and kind of biding your time, waiting your time to kind of have that moment there last weekend. Just what did that mean to you, I guess, to kind of come through there and get that rally started in the ninth inning on Friday?
Yeah, it's what you dream of when you come here. We have such a great team. I think that's pretty obvious for anybody to see, and we're just so greatly deep with players. Every single person on our team can get done in any way, and just to get that opportunity was awesome. Just trying to stay ready in any given scenario, and it's pretty easy to stay locked in when you watch other guys like Bear Jones or Derek Hurriel, Jake Brown, just do it at bat after at bat, and everybody kind of wants a piece of the action once you see them doing it.
What does staying ready look like? What does that look like for you?
I'll shout out Josh Pearson here. He has a little trick that he uses when he's not playing, and he'll pick one left-handed batter to just kind of simulate the at-bat in his mind, and just to kind of have a feel for what teams might throw him once he gets in there and stuff. And I've been talking a lot with Coach Yeski about visualization pre-going in, so both of those have really helped me out a lot.
What's it like being in the dugout as it's starting to be pinch hitting situation? You're pushing Ashton out of the way, trying to get close to Jay, or how much notice do you have?
Well, I guess it kind of depends on day to day. On Sunday for Tennessee, we had more of an idea that they were gonna keep going back left, right, so we kind of knew what their plan was going to be. But when it came to Friday, it was, right when we got into the bottom ninth, he just said, grab your bat, you're hitting for Aaron Beatty. So it kind of depends. It can be quick, it can be long. I kind of like the abruptness, how quick it can be. Gives you less time to really stress over different decisions. But
how much time the other night?
That was just right when we came back for the bottom of the ninth.
Right,
so
right.
About 5 batters.
That's right, for Aaron Beatty.
So you had to take a lot of classes to be eligible this year. What was that like?
It was tough, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I took, I think, 15 units, pretty much all English classes.
In the fall?
in the summer.
Right.
Or I guess they were actually history classes, but they were really English classes. It was all essays over the Vietnam War, World War II. I had Coach Johnson and Coach Simpson were calling me at least like twice a day, making sure that I wasn't like driving off a bridge or anything.
Did they give any suggestions? They're older. They might have known those wars better.
Yeah, well, I wish they could have helped me out. That would have been greatly appreciated. But yeah, they were just making sure I was staying on top of everything. And I mean, Coach Simpson would tell me every single day, he's like, once we get into June and we're where we want to be, it's gonna all be worth it. I promise. And I mean, it's been worth it every second since I've been here so far. So
I hope you like history though.
I mean, I used to like history. I think I'm a little burnt out of it now. I'll say the Vietnam War and World War II, they kind of just mix together in my mind. They're kind of the same thing now.
What's it been like as a two-way guy, doing a little bit of pitching and hitting as well?
I mean, it's been great just getting to absorb as much information from both the coaching staff and my fellow teammates. I mean, we have so many great people that you can just pick their brains on. And then as well as, like in the fall, we had so many professional guys here every day that you're able to, get information from and things like that. But it's definitely, it's a challenge as well. I mean, you're facing the best guys in the country at both positions. So you have to be ready every day. I mean, I would say that in the fall, I mean, inter-squads can seem more tough than the regular season just because you're facing these same guys day in, day out that are, I mean, just incredible, that have all the talent in the world. And then once you're, like, playing together and everything, I mean, the competitive atmosphere is just so great here.
With you got the Osmer at bat against Alabama. How much do you think that helped you to face another, right-handed, heavy kind of power arm the next week against Tennessee for the crucial single, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, definitely wish that the Alabama bat would have gone a little differently, but at the same time, gotta learn what you can from those experiences. And I think going into it, I just knew that I had to be on the aggressive. I couldn't wait for them to come at me. Like I had to be the first one to throw the punch in the situation for Tennessee. That's kind of what I learned from my Alabama at bat, and just getting more comfort too, I guess, with being in the box, getting another at bat. I mean, it definitely helped a lot.
I guess, yeah, that's my thing as a pinch hitter. Like, how much are you reading that first pitch, or are you getting warm-up pitches, or are you getting a lot of intel from the guys that maybe seen that guy, when they come back in the dugout? Like, how crucial is that? Because it's a short window, right, where you got to get a lot of information.
No doubt. I think it can be interesting just because you can really read into the scouting reports as much as you want to and go into there like thinking like, oh yeah, he's definitely going to be throwing this right here, or kind of for that Tennessee at bat, I just kind of said, screw it. This is like it's now or never. Like, let's do this thing. Like, I mean, with how the crowd was just erupting, I mean, it was incredible. It was hard not to be on the aggressive there and not just want to go out swinging.
You had never really hit until you got to Nicholls State. So what kind of Incarnate Word? I'm sorry, but what sort of catapulted that idea to start hitting? Basically?
I just missed it, honestly. Like I the year prior to that, I had like some soul searching, and I was like, man, like I'm just not having as much fun in baseball as I used to. And I was like, what's changed since then? And the answer was, I'm not hitting anymore. And I'm very thankful for my time in Incarnate Word. The coaching staff's great. I made a lot of great memories with teammates, and I mean, it's helped project me. I mean, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for Incarnate Word. So I think it's just kind of instilled the confidence that, even though I hadn't hit in a few years in college, that I could still do it. And then, of course, coming here, I mean, getting one hit off of any of our pitchers will give you enough confidence in the world. So,
Coach mentioned you talked to the team after the Friday game. If you don't mind sharing, what was kind of your message?
Yeah, I just kind of said that I wouldn't trade this season for anything. I mean, it's been absolutely great. I love this team. I think everybody loves each other, which is, really big. We have a great chemistry, and just, if we keep going one game at a time like that last series, I mean, it'll be hard to beat us for sure. I mean, I think we have just a great camaraderie, and everybody really pulls for each other, whether, you've been a starter from day one or you haven't really gotten your time. Everybody just is pulling for each other, which is great.
That hit against Tennessee, was it emotional?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I mean, I've been kind of searching for it a little bit. I think I passed like 3 at bats before that. I hadn't got a hit, and I was talking with our sports psychologist Carlene about how I'm kind of pressing for hits. I'm kind of searching for it instead of just believing in myself and letting that time come and just letting whatever happens, and to not try and force the situation, but to just be ready once that situation is there.
You were on third base, I think, when Jared hit the home run. Have you ever seen a ball go that far?
I mean, it's pretty incredible. I just kind of stopped and stared for a while. Right when he hit it, you knew that there was a good chance it was going, and by, a half a second in, everybody's just going crazy. So I just kind of stood there for a little bit and admired it and just kind of soaked it in because, that was just incredible. I couldn't imagine what that would have looked like without a rain delay. I'm sure that the stadium would have been burnt to the ground. That was just, it felt like there was 14,000 people there just with however many it was. It was incredible. For all the fans that stuck it out, props to them. That was awesome. But, for all those that did stick it out, they got quite a way to end it off. So I'm sure that they believe it was worth it too.
How cool is it to be the only guy pitching and hitting?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's funny. All the pitchers will call me like their hitter or whatever, and then Josh Pearson will give me a tough time. He'll just call me a pitcher. He says I'm not like a true hitter, stuff like that. So it's pretty funny, just like the different interactions people give it, good jokes and stuff like that.
And you knew that going into this season, you probably do both.
Yeah, it was the original plan was really just to kind of throw in the fall, help other people get extra at bats, and then when I took my exit meeting with Coach Johnson at the end of the fall, he said, you've improved a lot throughout the weeks, and I think you can really get some left-handed guys out. So I think we just keep on doing this thing. So just taking it one day at a time, really.
You had some good moments in the fall. Did it ever come across your radar maybe to try to go somewhere else, or maybe you noticed that maybe you weren't going to be in the starting lineup?
Nah, no chance. This place is awesome. I could have 0 bats on the year, and I would love this place so much. It's from the first second in the fall to right now. I'm just so thankful to be here. It's been incredible. The fans, just the community. It's so awesome to be here. I just feel very blessed to be here.
Did you share your story with Jacob about you and your dad?
Oh, you know what? I know I've told multiple people. I don't know if I've told him one-on-one. I feel like I probably had to, but yeah, I don't know if I really have one-on-one.
He's the litmus test?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Jacob, are you buddies with Dalton at all?
Yeah, we've gotten a lot closer. We played against each other last year when we were both in the Southland. We played at UIW, and I don't remember facing him, but I remember the next day we were playing, and I was up on the rail, and he comes at the bat, and he hit a straight line drive over the fence, like for a home run, and I was like, there ain't no way that ball's getting out. He hit 2 backside, and I was like, damn, that's pretty impressive. So yeah, I remember him a good bit, and we've gotten a lot closer from the fall, facing him and watching him pitch and being around each other a lot more.
You just shared the story about not going in the portal, but knowing you from obviously having faced you, and he used you as like a litmus test. He's like, well, Jacob goes in the portal and has some success and finds a spot, then maybe I'll try it as well. Have you shared that story with you at all?
I've never heard that story before. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it was just funny, like the two connected here in town. I guess what has this season been like for you, right? Similar story to Dalton in some regards.
It's been a lot of up and downs, a lot of development, a lot of time just taking a step back, watching and learning. A lot of talks with Coach Yeski, Coach Johnson, and Jamie, just trying to understand what I need to do to be successful and what I need to do to really just help the team in any way possible.
What's kind of come of that? What have you found to be the answer?
Really, it's just simplifying everything down. I got a fastball that plays middle part of the zone, and trusting my ability to just throw it in the middle part of the zone. And I know when my stuff is really good and I can locate fastballs, no one really can hit it.
Coach has said, if you can get to where we need Jacob to get, he changes our team. How do you react to that?
It's excitement. and just knowing that the coaches have a lot of trust in me to be able to go out there and pitch an inning or two, just to be able to get guys out for everybody. And then for me, it's a lot of just trying to take a lot of stress off the pitching staff. I want to help everybody out. I want to help Zach, Kaysen, all the relievers out, and then especially the starters. I like coming in those situations where it might be they have a guy on, and I want to get that. Don't let that run come across for them and help them out. So that's what it really means to me.
Is it just control? Is that kind of what you're working on?
Yeah, just control pretty much.
What's this opportunity been like for you? You know, growing up playing at Santa Monica, being around here, getting to play here.
It's awesome. I mean, it's every kid's dream. Like, if you're from Louisiana, you come to the games, you've been in this atmosphere, and it's just like a different breed. I mean, it's awesome to play at other schools, but this is the pinnacle of baseball, so you can't miss out on an opportunity to play here.
What did you, before you got here, what did you think it would look like and feel like to play here? Has it met your and/or exceeded the expectation?
I think it's met the standard. I've played here before at Nichols, and for a midweek game, it was packed out. And it was, for the two we've played, it was crazy. Like, the fans were yelling and stuff, and I was like, it's a midweek game. Like, why are they yelling at us or them already? And I was like, this is crazy. And, like, even coming to the games, like, as a kid, like, it was always packed out. There's never not a seat taken, and the fans get into it and helps us get into it. So it's definitely met this standard.
I mean, like in the clubhouse, like what did you think it was going to be like inside the clubhouse versus what it's like?
I mean, for real, it's a bunch of professionals. Everybody on the team is very mature, and we take everything pretty much really seriously when it comes to the weekends, and then even midweeks when we have up and down games, it's always just coming back and getting back together and staying pretty much as a team and just worrying about the next step.
As a kid growing up watching, who was your favorite LSU players? Who were the guys you connected with?
I was a big Jacoby Jones guy. Second base, he was tall, lanky, and then I just thought he was cool. I liked the name Jacoby. I just thought he was a cool dude, and he hit pumps, so I thought he was a cool dude.
What have you learned from Coach Yeske?
A lot. He's been really helping me with just like growing up a little bit quicker, maturing a lot more from the past 2 years at Nichols, and then getting here. It's a big step, and he's helped me just simplify everything and really just take control of my own process and just getting better at everything I do.
I know command is something you're working on for sure, but just what about the secondary pitches? Are there any development there that you've been really encouraged by in terms of how those have come along?
Yeah, I mean, the first step was just commanding the fastball and trying to get that in the zone, and then knowing that when I have the fastball in the zone, the off-speed play off of that. And if I'm throwing the fastball in the zone, I can throw the off-speed in the zone, and it really just boosts the confidence.
Does it cross your mind when you're pitching or about to pitch that, like if I finish this inning, that means I could save Zach or Kaysen for the next game, start the next game?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I take that into my mind. Like, I just want to help the team out no matter what, no matter who's pitching. I just want to go out there and do what's best for the team.
So you've only been pitching for a couple of years, I was told. It's not something you've been doing for a long time.
Yeah, no, I really I pitched for a little bit in high school. I was trying to two-way in high school. Junior year is really when I started taking pitching up a little bit more seriously, and then senior year was when I really started pitching more and more and started. And then my freshman year of college, that's when I really took pitching seriously and was starting a lot more.
Have you kind of always had the velocity? Because I think it's pretty crazy. You've only been pitching a few years.
Not really. It was kind of just like middle of the year or during winter break my freshman year. I had a velo jump because I was working out a lot more, gained a lot more weight, and it kind of just came naturally with that, my body growing and getting stronger.
What does gaining a lot more weight mean? Like how much? Like what was that
So
jump?
when I stepped on to Nichols, I was about 180, and really didn't I wasn't really in shape. I was just like a pitcher, just throwing the ball pretty much. And then I get onto Nichols and have a structured weight program. I had the cafeteria pretty much free range. So after I go lift, I'm going to eat, or before a lift, I'm going to eat. And so gaining weight and then lifting pretty much every day kind of helped me just stay in more shape, get a lot more physical, and learn a little bit more about my body.
What are you now?
I'm about 220.
Well,
No.
Yeah.
So have you noticed, dang, it's kind of hard to control the pitches now? Like you notice yourself throwing a lot harder. You're still kind of working on that?
Yeah, I think with even more like velocity jump, just gaining a couple more miles an hour since the past 2 years has kind of been a little bit of a struggle, just trying to figure out how to command everything, and then especially just simplifying the mechanics of just not trying to do too much, not trying to throw it as hard as I can, and just trying to let it come in my hand naturally and just fill it up in the zone.
And there's also like a fine line between that and aiming the ball, and you don't want to aim the ball, right?
Yeah.
So like, how do you try to find that, I guess, the perfect medium?
I just try and throw it like an athlete, like a shortstop almost on the mound. I know it doesn't look like that when I pitch because I throw from a very high slot, but I just try and move as athletic as I can on the mound just to try and make it feel as natural for me as it can be.
What do you like about pitching?
Striking guys out and competing. I feel like what really brought me here when talking to Jay and Coach Yeski was they're very competitive guys, and I am too, and I just love competing, and getting on the mound and competing against the best is what I really want to do.
How close do you think you are to, I don't want to say reach your ceiling because you have a lot of years ahead of you, it seems like, but for this season, getting to the point where you think you're pitching at your best ability?
I still think I have a long way to go. I really just want to keep getting better every day. That's the biggest thing for me. And then I think throwing more strikes, throwing off speed a little bit more, and just being more competitive is going to really help me and just stay in that mental focus of just being able to get anybody out. Coming into any situation and be able to get anybody out. That's my biggest thing for me right now.
You followed LSU baseball growing up your whole life?
Yeah.
So you've seen the late season guy that kind of makes the difference for a team kind of emerge out of nowhere. Who do you think maybe who's like a dark horse candidate for that role?
I would say DJ Premu and Connor Benj. Those two guys are throwing partners, but one's a lefty, one's a righty, and they work hard every day. And they never are mad or sad if they don't pitch. They always are working, and they're always supporting everybody. And when their time comes, they're going to be ready, and they're going to be able to come and support and come in a big moment and be able to get a guy out or pitch a couple innings for us when we need.
What about you?
I'm just grateful I get to pitch here. I can't complain about anything else.
Why not you? I mean, what do you think?
I mean, I think it could be me, but I mean, I want everybody to do good. I want to be a good team guy. It's a big thing for me just to be a team player.
What's been the biggest difference between facing Southland hitters and facing SEC hitters?
The SEC hitters are probably just as competitive as me on the mound. I feel like Southland guys, you can just attack them and just beat them sometimes, and kind of noticed that over the past 2 years with being at Nichols or being in the Southland. You could just beat some guys with velo. Sometimes you have to be more competitive with certain guys. And then in the SEC, I mean, 93 is the average velo you're seeing every weekend. Some guys can run up to triple digits, and you're seeing that every weekend too. So I feel like a lot of the SEC guys are used to just seeing high velo, good spin, good control, and it's a lot more competitive at bats, I feel like, and they want to get on base as much as you want to strike them out or get them out.
You have a headband or hat with all that hair?
Some days I have to wear a headband to keep it all down, but then I think a hat, just slicking my hair back is fine some days.
How have you seen Devin Sheeran kind of work to put himself in a position to play?
He works hard. He's out there every day. He's here every day. He's in the training room every day. He's been preparing his body for that opportunity when the time comes for him to get in the game. And he works really hard with everybody. He's always in the weight room. He's always out there shagging BP, hustling around, and he's ready to go, I think.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jacob.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jacob.